Hey, I'm Christina, a structural engineer who's completely obsessed with tiny house design. And today I'm going to take you on a journey from the Pyrenees Mountains of Bulgaria to the Black Sea to share with you 5 reasons why Bulgaria just might be the perfect destination for your tiny house project. Before we start on our journey, let's talk about why you'd like to have your own tiny house. If this video popped up in your feed, well, you probably already have your own answer to that. However, I'm here to provide my own take on it. I've never been a city person, and living on the countryside has always had its obvious advantages. Apart from the many psychological and environmental benefits, however, owning a tiny house to me is a much better investment. A tiny house with its unique charm and cozy interior, playing on the strengths of its location, can be a much better investment that can pay off in the long run, making it much easier to maintain, heat, and rent without the need to be close to a touristic area or a bigger city. Let's go back to our journey. We're going to take the train to Yambo and we will drive from Yambo to Burgas. We're going to pass through the Rhodope Mountains and safely travel along the Stara Planina range to the left. Okay, here we are, it's 6 a.m. You can see it's already getting winter. I'm preparing to leave with the narrow gauge train for September. In general, the narrow gauge train is very special. It passes through the Rhodope mountain, and I guess later on you're going to understand why while I'm filming the views. We are leaving the Pyrenees Mountains behind as the train is headed for the Rhodope Mountains. The scene on the narrow gauge train is diverse. Local babushkas, college students and foreigners traveling to Plovdiv. The scenes are magnificent. Pine forests and fresh mountain air. Which leads me to reason number 1. We just emerged out of Velingrad and we are about to emerge from the beautiful Rhodope Mountains, and this reminds me of reason number 1, mountains. One of the most desirable locations for a tiny house is perched on a mountain slope, and we are lucky. 40% of the territory of the country is covered by hilly regions and 30% by proper mountains. In fact, there are 37 distinct mountains on the territory of Bulgaria, most prominently Rila, Pirin, Rhodope, Stara Planina and Stranja, each with its distinct nature and character. We're arriving in September, about to hop on the train to Yambo. As you can see, the Thracian plain is unfolding in front of us. But what do I mean by that? Bulgaria is by no means a large country. However, on a territory of 111,000 square kilometers live only 6.5 million people. Most smaller places feel authentic and relaxed, and except for Sofia, most provincial towns do not feel overbuilt at all, making rural Bulgaria a perfect place to buy some land to develop. This brings me to reason number 2, which is a lot of space. Bulgaria has amazing climate, cheap fresh farmers markets, and probably the best tomatoes out there. I myself have not found a country that match the quality of these in particular. If having peaceful, uncomplicated life is your thing, life in Bulgaria can be as simple as it gets. And speaking of uncomplicated, reason number 3. If the land you are buying is already registered as building land, there are little to no complications. You can build pretty much anything that complies with the regulations for property line offsets and built area percentage. Okay, so we are almost at the end of our journey. As we are approaching Burgas, the Stara Planina is leaning further and further in to meet the Black Sea. Number 4, which is alright, so we arrived from Yambo in just about an hour and a half. Yesterday I arrived in Yambo, and today we're heading from Burgas. Towns in Bulgaria are evenly distributed along the map. Distance between neighboring towns is often less than 2 hours by car. Each town has a cluster of villages that are only 10 to 15 minutes away. There is no problem for you to live in a small village or a lesser popular town and easily go to the mountains or the seaside on the weekend. Okay, this was me, Christina, and for more tiny house content, make sure to like and subscribe. On the Black Sea, which brings me to reason number 5, which is close distances.